How are y'all? I hope you all had a great weekend. It has been nonstop for me. Can you hear me okay on YouTube? I want to make sure you can hear me. Good weekend? Good. It seems like it's kind of low, right? Good. Okay. Good for you, Lindsay. You got hired at the first job you applied to after changing careers. I am so happy for you. Good. You saw my post about yesterday's event? Yeah. It was a great event. It was for a restaurant, a corporate party. Give me 1 second. I'm just looking at comments, make sure I'm not missing anything. So yeah, it was for a corporate party, a corporate event for Lazy Dog. I don't know if y'all have heard of that restaurant. It's very popular here, but they were great. I had such a good time. They're so nice. Um, so yeah, I wound up. They hired me to read for 3 hours, which is already a lot. Um, but then I had a line outside of my door. They put me in my own little room, and I wound up having a line outside of my door of people wanting to get readings. And so I wound up having to work overtime and just to make sure everybody was taken care of. So that was fun, exhausting, but fun. I still don't have a break because I'm working today. Then tomorrow I have a private party where I have to perform, like sing. So whew, it's a lot. Yeah, Molly, I thought about you. I thought about you. So, okay, welcome to your weekly Tarotscope. This is where we get together every Monday and Friday and we look at what is coming up ahead for us. Why? Because the universe wants to give us the answers. The universe wants to help us along. And my microphone is just drooping. It's kind of weird looking, but whatever. Um, So, yeah, we want to see what's coming up for us. We want to know how we're going to utilize this information for our highest good, right? So, we look at each day, Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays, we look at the energy Friday through Saturday. If you see me looking back and forth, it's because I'm looking at YouTube and I'm looking at TikTok. Okay. You were posted for me. Thank you. You'll be in touch today about the dates. Yes. Thank you for the reminder, Heather. Okay, listen. So, I have a couple of things that I have open for all of you. Okay. The number one is what we talked about on Friday, which is your VIP breakthrough sessions, right? Those are the sessions where you and I get together for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we're going to break down your energetic blueprint and we're going to map out how the next year is going to pan out for you, meaning how can you utilize the energy of this major 10-1 year for you to capitalize off of the next 9 years? Okay. So those are still available. I do have, I think it's 5 or 6 spots left. We started with 10 and I only have about 5 or 6 left. I haven't counted since last week. Okay. Then if you missed if you did the power challenge 3 years ago. Was it 3 years ago? 2 years ago. I did it in 2023. I took a small group through my 6 week power challenge and they freaking loved it. It's so insightful. So if the one-on-one session isn't really your vibe, you like group work, then get into the power challenge because right now it's the early bird opportunity to jump in and save $500. So there you go. That's going to be limited availability as well. But we're going to go 6 weeks starting January 14th. We're going to go 6 weeks where we meet once a week. It's going to be Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm going to show you how to discover who you are, how to really work through your relationship issues, how to break through money blocks. I mean, we're going to work on so much for you to take your power back because you need to do that in a 1 year because this 9 year kind of took a lot from us, right? So, in order for you to set yourself up for the next 9 years for success, we're going to go through 6 weeks together. And actually, it's 7 weeks because there's a bonus week. I always overgive, right? So make sure you jump into that today so you can save $500. Okay. The power challenge was amazing. I found my notes this weekend. Oh, nice. Nice. Good, good, good. So I'm excited for y'all. So okay, make sure you get your breakthrough session and or get into the power challenge, and we're gonna spend those 7 weeks together. And I'm telling you, your mind's gonna be blown. So there we go. Okay, let's boost our heart chakra because Mercury is now retrograde, right? Don't panic, don't freak out. Mercury is just about communication and things that move through the airways like electronics. So it is not a good time to purchase electronics or to purchase a car. It's not a good time to sign a major contract like for building a house or buying a house or getting an apartment. Just be very thorough if you are having to sign a contract. Just be very thorough about what you're signing because Mercury is only symbolizing that there could be miscommunication. Okay. So it's not like it's out to get you, even though I blame everything on Mercury retrograde when it goes retrograde, just because. Um, but it's all about miscommunication. So let me right quick, let me go over this that Jamie sent me because she can't be here this morning because she's working. So she says November 9th through the 29th, Mercury goes retrograde. Yes, there will be miscommunications. Yes, there will be delays. Yes, it will be frustrating. These things are all par for the course when it comes to a Mercury retrograde. This cycle begins in Sagittarius, the sign of expansion, exploration, and learning. Mercury has encouraged, Mercury here encourages curiosity, travel, and communication, but it's exactly in these areas where we may encounter hiccups. Plans may shift, messages may get lost, or day to day routines might feel disrupted. On November 20th, Mercury will move back into Scorpio, turning our attention inward. This is a time to review, reflect, and reevaluate what you've discovered about yourself in recent weeks. The retrograde encourages self discovery, urging us to slow down, go within, and explore how we feel about ourselves, the world around us, and the transformation taking place in both. Rather than seeing these days, I'm sorry, yeah, Rather than seeing these delays as obstacles, view them as opportunities to pause and gain clarity to reconnect with your intuition and to align more fully with your own truth. Mercury retrograde isn't about stopping, it's about recalibrating so you can move forward with greater insight. Okay, so we have that happening today and through the 29th. Okay, then on the 11th, Jupiter stations retrograde. So, Jupiter, the planet of luck and benevolence, divinity, and expansion, has been within the sign of Cancer since June 2025. Jupiter expands on whatever it touches, for better or worse. Its residence in the cardinal water sign has been highlighting themes around emotional safety, emotional attachments, nostalgia, and family. On November 11th, Jupiter will station retrograde, which means that this energy will be slowing down. This means that these themes will no longer be projected outwardly, but internally. Remember, anytime anything's retrograde, it's about going within. Okay, so just keep that in mind always. Um, so we will be guided to review what family, emotional safety, and security mean, as well as being reminded of the beautiful experiences within that brought us those feelings in the past and how those experiences have shaped how we see ourselves or the world around us. We do these things. Oh, what do these things symbolize or mean to you? Do they still mean what they once did? And how can we cultivate those themes within ourselves versus looking for them from an external source? Okay. One more. Okay. November 12th, Mars conjunct Mercury retrograde. Oy. Mars, the planet of initiative, action, aggression, and war, is making a conjunction with Mercury, both of which are in Sagittarius, a mutable fire sign. Conjunctions are typically harmonious aspects, however, ones that occur at the same degree, it's like two people sitting in the same seat, can blur the lines and make it hard to distinguish which energy is which. The conjunction will also be opposing the sign of Uranus, which is chaos and liberation, revolution, and the higher mind in Taurus. The combination of energies can be sudden bursts of aha moments that spur you to take action in a new direction, or this can be the sudden onset of repressed rage and frustration that manifests as emotional outbursts. So just be mindful when traveling and being out and about. So that was a lot, but thankful for Jamie that she gave us all of that lovely insight since she can't be here. Okay. So again, November 9th, which is yesterday, Mercury went retrograde. It's retrograde till the 29th. November 11th, Jupiter stations retrograde. And then November 12th, Mars in conjunct with Mercury retrograde. Okay. So if you need to remind yourself of that, always look at the YouTube replay and you can go back over that. Okay. So now we're going to balance out the heart chakra. We're going to boost it up and we're going to get ready for the week ahead. Okay. We're going to need it because of all these planetary shifts. So all you're going to do is breathe and just relax as the bowl is singing because this bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra. Just breathe, pick up the heaviness, and then let it out. All right, here we go. Just breathe and relax. Now let's collectively pick up the breath or take a deep breath in and pick up all the heaviness. Expand your rib cage, pick it all up. Heaviness, fear, anxiety, and let go. Release. Okay? Feels good to do so. You can do that anytime you feel you need to. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get our fairy blessing for the week ahead. We'll see what our overall blessing is. Then we'll get the overall tarot energy of the week. And then we're going to pull individual cards for each day. Okay. So let's see what our fairy blessing is for this week. A blessing of Awen. Look at that. Very pretty. It's number 12. So we're going to read this together. It's been a while since we've gotten that one, so I don't remember exactly what it says. Okay. The fairy gift of divine and flowing inspiration. I like that. Let the fairies bless you now with their gift of the Alwyn, the inspirational flow of energy that can bring to life inspirational new projects, friendship, wisdom, and understanding. With every breath you take, you absorb the Awen and you feel more connected, more unique, more divine, more magical. Let the Awen come to you now, tender and new as a bud, and let yourself feel the blessings surround you with a visionary new approach to your life. Let yourself drink down the fairy magic of the Awen and let its sweetness and mystery uplift and re-engage you in life's every movement and moment. Sorry. May the divine breath of the sacred trees be yours. May the ways of the creatures of the sky, the land, the sea, and the fire be known to you. May you know that you can now change and learn and study from nature herself in wonderful ways, and thus this life is now full of possibilities. When the fairy blessing that is the precious gift of the Alwyn arrives from the, I don't even know what that says, Tylith Teg, know that its blessings will allow you to be wise, yet filled with wonder, and to rejoice in the gift of life. Blessings of the fairies to you and of the Alwyn friend. So I like that because this is all about you connecting to your essence, your spiritual self. It's number 12. So one is the self. It is your essence. It is God force energy. It is life force energy. It is focused energy. Okay. Two is that feminine receptive energy. When we put one and two together, the masculine and the feminine together, it creates manifestation. It creates something. Think of man, woman, baby, right? So This is about you really connecting on a deeper level and exploring what it is that you would like to bring into your life throughout the next week. Or you can be like looking far ahead over the next year. Okay. So now we're going to use the divination book and we're going to find out what the overall tarot message is. And then y'all are going to pick the tarot deck that I use to uncover what's coming day to day. Okay. So we're going to knock on the book to cleanse it of the energy from the last time we used it. We're going to use our palm centers, our chakras here, and we're going to connect to the book. Okay. We're going to take a deep breath in and out. We're going to focus our intentions on the book. We're going to ask it, what is our overall message this week? What is our overall message this week? And then you intuitively turn to a page and we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So when you use this book, it's best to be used as a day-to-day message, but we're going to use it for the week ahead. Okay. So I'm going to change some of the verbiage, but this is what it sounds like. Today you drew the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Things might not turn out the way you hoped this week, but hear me out. So, what if something you've been working towards doesn't pan out? What are you going to do? Are you going to give up? Hell no, you're a goddess. Sometimes it's a simple adjustment. Sometimes you must plow it up and start over. You need times like these to refine the seeds you plant and know what doesn't work to understand what does. There's no need to look on the other side of the fence to see what's happening. There is no comparison. Water your own grass, fertilize it, be patient, and you'll eventually reap what you sow. This is all part of your growth process. Okay. So think about this. This reminds me of some of the readings that I did last night for that corporate event where I had to remind people that just because things don't turn out the way you thought they were going to doesn't mean that you're being punished. It doesn't mean that, you've hit a brick wall. All it's saying is we need to weed the garden. We need to get all of these things that aren't working, that have created obstacles, and we need to remove them, and we need to really focus on what we are cultivating. And if you don't know who you are and you don't have your roadmap of what you're supposed to be doing, then yeah, that leads a lot of people to be confused and lost and not know what they should be growing, or not know what seeds they should be planting. Okay. This is exactly why I designed the breakthrough sessions, because you might be trying to plant seeds in a time where you're supposed to be just still. You might be trying to expect a harvest or movement when you're supposed to be planting. See what I'm saying? And it's you need to understand how you are designed to flow, right? So this week, if things don't work out the way that you thought, see it as a blessing and say, okay, how do I need to kind of weed my garden? Okay. Things are definitely being tilled up for you. I know, my love. I know. It will get better. Okay, so let's get some more information and we'll talk more about all of that and how it applies to the tarot reading. Okay. So if you're on TikTok, wait until I put the poll up. If you're on YouTube, you can vote in the comments, okay? TikTok, you're only going to vote in the poll. That way it keeps track of everybody, okay? So, deck 1, Red Fairy Tarot, or deck 2, the Light Seers Tarot. These are two very popular decks that I read from. So, I'm interested to see how this works out. Let me put the poll up. All right, so it's right up there, TikTok. You vote right there. You have 1 minute. So deck number 1 or deck number 2. So far, deck number 1 is getting it on YouTube. Deck 1 or deck 2. Vote up here, and the majority wins. Deck 1 or deck 2. And if you're just joining us, I use these cards to uncover what is coming up for us each day, Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday, I look at Friday through Sunday. And the more you come to these sessions, the more it's going to resonate deeply for you, because our energy is connecting more and more. All right, we have a few more seconds, 13 more seconds. Deck 1 or deck 2. You have to vote up here. So far on YouTube, deck 1 has it. Now, granted, YouTube, I know some of y'all, Sometimes y'all get outvoted because TikTok has a lot more on here, but we'll see. It's fixing to pop up. Oh, deck two. I'm sorry, YouTube. Deck two got it by quite a bit. So maybe next time we'll do the Red Fairy Tarot. We'll see. Everybody loves the Light Seers Tarot. It's so funny. Um, Such a popular deck. It's a great deck. I remember when my mentor used it in one of my readings, and I was like, you have to tell me what deck that is. And I immediately went and got it. So I get it. So let me get them nice and shuffled up for us. One more. And if you haven't registered for the YouTube, not you, TikTok, if you haven't registered for my live that I'm doing on Wednesday, I'm doing a mini masterclass on TikTok Live on Wednesday. It is a free mini masterclass where we're going to talk about the energy of 2025 and how we're moving into the energy of 2026 and why it's so significant. Okay. If you have not registered or RSVP'd for that, then make sure you do so. You can do it through my profile. Okay. It'll say live event, whatever the date is, the 12th. And YouTube, if you follow me on TikTok, if you have TikTok, then you can attend as well. I just was going to say there's no link there. All right. Let's find out what is coming up for us this week, Monday through Thursday. I'm going to pull one card for each day. Okay, let's see what our energy is for today. Okay, today we have the Five of Swords in reverse. All right. So, just like the Seven of Pentacles in reverse was saying, if things don't work out the way that you thought they would or the way that you wanted them to, you got to kind of, it's like asking you to choose your battles. Okay. Are you trying to force something to happen? Or are you letting your mind just run away with things? If it doesn't work out, then you're like, oh God, it's not meant for me. This is going to happen. And you just go down that negative spiral. Okay. This is an opportunity today to shift your mindset. Now, again, we have Mercury retrograde now, and that can bring back a lot of things from the past because it's wanting you to review it. It's wanting you to rethink things. It's wanting, like, you guys, these planets go retrograde to help us. Okay. It's not a punishment. This is like helping you because the universe wants you to succeed. But if you are just hanging out and letting life happen to you and you're not taking the bull by the horns and you're not making plans and you're not setting goals and all of this, then you're going to experience all of this conflict and all of this turmoil. Okay. So this is all about shifting your mindset to stop fighting what is and start working with it. Okay. Does that make sense? Also, there might be somebody, this could be, for a rare few of you, but there might be somebody who is like hell bent on starting conflict with you. And what do? No, block if you can, put boundaries up if you need to, whatever needs to happen. It's fighting a losing battle here. Okay. So let's look at Tuesday's energy. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. I mean, we're going to get all these swords now that Mercury's retrograde, right? So when the Two of Swords is in reverse, this is indicating getting off the fence and making a decision, taking a path, taking a new path, knowing exactly which way you need to go. It's like finally going, you know what? This is what I want to do, and I'm going to go for it. Okay. Because you see these birds, right? They're like squawking in her ear, and she's got the blindfold on. She's like, I don't want to hear this, but I have all of this going on here. So when the card is in reverse, it's indicating I'm not listening to all of that. I'm listening to me. I'm listening to my intuition, and I'm going in the direction that I feel most drawn by the universe, by God source energy, whatever you choose to call it. Okay. It is something that would be new, right? Something that is not the same old, same old. This is why it took a minute for you to make that decision. Okay. So on Tuesday, great day for making powerful decisions for yourself. Get off the fence. Stop with the fighting the losing battles and the negative mindset, and really start making those decisions that you know are for you. And I had a client last night who was going through a really tough time, and she kept asking, where am I going to find the courage to do this? And I said, you just have to decide that enough is enough. One of these days, enough is going to be enough. And you have to realize that nobody's going to do this for you, that you're going to have to do it for yourself. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse was hiding underneath the deck for her. And I told her, I said, see, you're in control of this wheel. And that's also what we're going to talk about on Wednesday's mini masterclass on the TikTok Live. Okay. We're going to talk about that Wheel of Fortune and how it actually works. Okay. But I mean, she was in tears and I just felt so bad for her. But I've been in the situation she was in. And I told her it is so much better on the other side of that decision. I promise you. But she was so scared and she wanted someone or something to give her the courage. And I said, it has to come from you. And that's exactly what these cards tell you. It's like it can give you the energy, it can give you what's going on, but you have to decide. Okay. Yes, no one's going to make that decision for you. Uh huh. Took me a long time to realize this life is on me and no one else. Good for you, Jen. Good for you. Yeah, we sat and conversated for a little while because, again, she was in tears and this is a major life decision she had to make. And we're at a party, right? We're at a corporate event. So I'm like, and I told her, I said, look, come book a session with me. I said, I've helped many women through this situation and I've got you. I've been through this situation myself. So I can speak from experience that it does get better, right? But it was just, when somebody's so beaten down by life and by other people, they think that's just all life is. And it's not. Your life can be dramatically different. Your life can be wonderful, but you have to decide that's what you deserve. You have to decide to take those steps and actually take them. Okay. You're late, but you're here. Good for you. Oh, thank you so much. She said, I prayed for the strength and knowledge to venture on. Well, I'm sure she has, but she has to realize that that's not going to do it. She has to actually take those steps. She has the strength and the courage within her already. She just needs to realize that. It's not that it's not there, it's just she's not looking at it. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Jen. I'm sorry. I don't want to make you cry. Okay, so let's look at Wednesday's energy. Ooh, Wednesday's energy, we have the magician. Look at that. We're putting it all together. It's perfect for me and the live that we're doing on TikTok, right? So the magician is about alchemizing. It's about putting things together and bringing things from the ether into reality. And that's perfect for this like domino effect that's happening here. So, Five of Swords in reverse today, right? We're having to make a mindset shift. We're no longer going to fight against the things that are showing us that aren't meant for us, right? Tuesday, decision making mode. Okay. Wednesday, we are bringing things into manifestation. We're putting it all together. We are realizing that it is up to us to create our own reality. Okay. And we're going to talk deeply about the energy that is 2025 and the energy that is 2026 and how that impacts you personally. Okay. We're going to talk about that in the mini masterclass. So, the magician, great energy for manifestation, for really looking at what you have to work with, um, really looking at how you are manifesting what you are manifesting into your life. Okay. Thursday, we have judgment. Look at that. So, judgment is hearing the wake up call. Strong energy this week. Okay. Receiving a wake up call, making a massive judgment to really surrender to what is because you understand the bigger aspects of life now. Okay. So, we have two major arcana happening this week, right? So, what's today? The 10th, we have the 11th and the 12th. Okay. So the 12th is when Mars is conjunct Mercury retrograde, right? So that is that massive energy. And then here we have judgment. So it's like, you know what? I'm making these massive moves. I'm making these claims. I'm surrendering to the universe and I'm choosing to work with it. And I got this big wake up call here. Does that make sense? Been trying to purge emotional sludge. And am I home? Good. It's been a wild ride, 3 days before the full Taurus moon now. Yeah. How about that? Strong energy in retrograde. I know, right? Shocker. Let's look what's underneath. Look at that. We have the Nine of Swords. So all of these swords energy is like ramping up into this Mercury retrograde, right? Thoughts, ideas, communication, stress, depression, insomnia. Okay. This is difficult energy that's hiding underneath. And the reason why this is showing up underneath the deck is because the universe is trying to help you through it. However, it can't do the work for you, it can do the work with you. Okay. You are in control here. You are in the driver's seat here. Does that make sense? So you have to decide. Again, if you're just joining us, if you don't have your roadmap for 2026, then get one of the last remaining breakthrough sessions. I can't remember, 5 or 6 sessions left, or get into the power challenge. And we're going to go through it over 6 to 7 weeks together as a group. Okay. Molly, it very well could be. So let's get some more cards. Whoop, don't fall. All right, let's see. Let's see. One more. Remember, we are in the 11th month, right? That's where everything is focused on alignment. And it's no coincidence that Mercury's retrograde right now, right? Because we have to go within and focus on how am I aligned? What am I aligned to? Is it something that is beneficial for me? Is it something that is hindering me? How am I getting in my own way? What decisions do I need to make? How can I set myself up for success? Okay. All about alignment. And remember, tribe, tomorrow on the 11th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, we're doing our portal activation. Okay. So don't forget about that. The event is listed in the tribe. Okay. So let's see. What else do we need to know this week? We have the world in reverse, number 29. I love this message, so let me read it to you. There's that 2 again, right? And then 9. 9 is higher wisdom, is things coming to completion. It's understanding things on a deeper level. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you because I love these messages. Receiving the world reversed means that you've been severely limiting your view of things. How about that? You're thinking too narrowly, either in your options for action or in what you feel you deserve. You may be feeling boxed in by old ways of doing things, not quite sure of how to expand. This card calls for you to think creatively outside of the box to find yourself, outside of the box you find yourself in now. In addition, you may have emotionally painted yourself into a corner, surrounded on all sides by energies such as fear, short sightedness, limited thinking, or self doubt. But you still have the option to let all of that go. And this card is telling you not to wait a minute longer to do so. It's time to break out, see the unlimited horizons around you, and know that the world is waiting for you to take center stage. Wow. How is that for aligning with everything we've been talking about? Okay. And when we have 2 and 9, yes, it is an 11. So 11 is what are you in alignment with? The universe does, I'm telling you, the universe does not care of, is it positive or negative for you? They want positive things for you. They want you to win, right? And I say they, I'm talking about the energy, right? But it's like a genie in a bottle. It's like your wish is my command. Okay. What you're more aligned to internally is what you're going to experience because that dictates your decision making. Okay. That dictates what you allow in your life. So let's say this year was a tough year for you. Okay. It was a tough year for a lot of people because 9 years are very tough. Okay. Now, if you want to shift that and change that around, then you have to get serious about those decisions that you're making because we're about to go into another 9 year cycle. And if you don't have any idea of your spiritual blueprint, like your soul blueprint and your path and your cycles, well, then you are going to be left behind and you're going to be lost. So you have to be active in your own success. You have to be active in your own life. You have to find this information and use this information, if I can speak. Do you understand? Let's see what else we need to know. Also, you guys, tomorrow, oh, hang on, let me grab it. There's a book that I co-wrote that is releasing tomorrow. Okay, some of you have already gotten early access to it. You can find this on Amazon tomorrow. I will post the link. I'll probably send it out in an email and all that, but it's called Going Within to Heal. Okay, me and several other authors wrote our stories about how we had to work through things. And you can resonate with all of these different authors. I believe there's 31 authors in here who shared their stories of triumph, you know, struggle, and then working through it to really have a positive outcome. Okay. So this is a great book for you to read through and to help remind you of what it's like to really bust through those blocks and to overcome adversity. Okay. Through several different stories, not just mine, not just my friend Elias's, many different stories. Okay. So I do recommend this book. You love the book? Oh, good. Good. Yeah. So some of my tribe got to read it early and give us their feedback. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. It's a great book. And ow, hopefully it becomes a bestseller. Sorry, I just kicked the desk. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's get some more tarot messages or oracle messages. The book is amazing. Good. I love Elias too. He's the bestest. All right, what else do we need to know? We have the Bone Collector. This is I feel such a sweet connection to this card because the Bone Collector is an energy that is taking care of you and trying to help you. Let me read this to you and you'll see. It's number 1. The past has a way of repeating itself when you haven't learned the lessons of the original situation. You're faced with this now. The Bone Collector challenges you to see yourself as a whole being, not one who is perpetually trying to heal an old wound. You'll repeat the past if you don't reclaim the things you believe were lost. The information you seek lies in your history. Familiarity, in this case, isn't an invitation to dance the old dance once again. It is a call to retreat and choose differently. The Bone Collector has a message. If you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Her warning is delivered with kindness, for she has deep love and respect for you. She will protect you. So, this is telling you that, I mean, there's so many messages here about if you don't make changes, then you're going to continue to get the same thing over and over again. You have to take leaps if you want to experience radical change. You can't just say, oh, well, I'll just think differently. It doesn't work that way. You have to dive in. You have to dive right into the deep end to make these radical changes. You know that saying, fortune favors the bold, and that is true. Okay. And I'm a living testament of it. You'll read a lot of those stories in the book, and you'll see that you have to take these leaps in order to really experience true transformation. Okay. There was a video that I saw this morning. I thought it was great. This guy was talking about neuroscience, and he was saying that your brain will still give you dopamine even though you're making decisions that are not for your highest good. The reason is because you're rewarding yourself for staying in your comfort zone, even though you're miserable in your comfort zone. Think about that. But your brain will also reward you with dopamine and new neural pathways when you start making different decisions, important decisions that you know are going to put you on a whole new trajectory. It's a great video. So if you see it, make sure you watch it. It's on TikTok. I don't know, it might be on Instagram too, I'm not sure. But I thought that was so fascinating because, you know, we need to understand that our life is not just woo woo. Our life is not just scientific, right? It is both. We need to understand that both of these aspects play a part in our lives. And when we understand how the brain operates, and I had to explain it to this lady last night about what happens to your brain when you start dating, and gave her some really good tips and tricks about not falling for the red flags and whatnot. Um, but yeah, your brain does certain things. And like you said, it releases chemicals when you make decisions that you feel comfortable with. And that's not always going to be the best thing for you. Okay. Let's do this one. You did a reading with Elias? Awesome. Did you love it? I collect animal bones. Oh, interesting. What else do we need to know this week? Oops, if I can get it. Look at that. Number 24, fulfillment. Okay, look at that. I'm going to read this one to you because I don't know. I think I've maybe pulled it like once or twice. So let's see what it wants to tell you. If you're new here, you absolutely can read from your Oracle books because the Oracle message is the message, right? Tarot is what you need to memorize because that shifts and changes all the time. Okay. Deep satisfaction and emotional contentment will be unfolding in your life. Soon you will be reaping inner and outer riches and opportunities. Honor your success and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Your soul wants you to know fulfillment comes from completion of your efforts. Efforts. Do you hear me? Efforts. Just because you heard this message does not mean you can sit on your booty and just expect it to fall into your lap. Okay? You planted the seeds, nurtured and cared for them, and now it's time to harvest the rewards. If you harbor perfectionist qualities within you, it's often difficult to experience deep fulfillment. If you're self-critical, it's hard to experience contentment. Remember this. Who you are is good enough. The secret of fulfillment is to practice positive thoughts because they connect you to your soul. From an attitude of joy, your desires can be fulfilled. Here's an affirmation. Joy abounds in all areas of my life. So there you go. You have very positive things and deep fulfillment that is possible this week and into the future. Because remember, everything that we decide, every decision that we make, every move that we make day to day is a domino effect, is a ripple effect into our future, right? So everything that you're seeing this week, we have the Five of Swords in reverse, the Two of Swords in reverse, the Magician and Judgment. Okay, those two major arcana. Then we have the World in reverse, the Bone Collector in reverse. This is about you limiting yourself and realizing where you're limiting yourself. And that could be connected to the Seven of Pentacles in reverse that we drew as the overall message, right? When the Seven of Pentacles is in reverse, it's indicating that things haven't turned out the way that you thought they would or you wanted them to. However, when you focus on what is working out and what seeds are actually in alignment for you now, that's when you start to feel or experience that fulfillment. That's when the harvest is ready to be reaped. You understand? If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I don't mind. This is a conversation. Let's get a spirit animal. It's resonating so much. Good. All right. What else do we need to know this week? Y'all are going to love the power challenge. It's so fun. I was going through the videos just the other day to get everything set up, and there are videos from 2023, and I was wondering if I needed to redo them. And I was like, no, these are good. So we're going through the same. So what it is it's a recorded module, and you're going to go through a series of videos on your own because you're going to have work to do. You're going to have to take action in your life. Okay. But I'm showing you exactly what to do. I'm taking you through the steps. Then the next week, we meet live in a live session through my private platform. And we're going to go over and deepen that knowledge and that experience. And it's so much fun. And you're going to learn so much about yourself. And we're going to explore so many different ways that you are blocking yourself, that you are limiting yourself. We're gonna look at your relationships and your relationship to yourself and money. I'm gonna show you how to date the power way. So much. It's so much fun. You miss my lives? Oh, I'm glad you're here. So yeah, you're going to love the power challenge. So make sure you jump in there as an early bird and save $500. All right, here we go. Let's see, what animal spirit wants to talk to us today? There we go. We got owl magic. Look at that. All right, it says, choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. I like it. You can see through deception. And that's not just other people's deception, it's your own as well. Okay, we lie to ourselves all the time, right? We try to tell ourselves, oh, well, maybe that's not meant for me, or maybe I should do this, or I'm not good enough, whatever it's going to be. And it's all lies. Okay, let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So there you go. It's just confirming everything that we're saying. Okay. Your owl's been showing up again. Uh-oh. So, they're all resonating. They're all talking to each other. It's funny because I love how the cards will show, the deep inner self of like the insecurity and the doubt and the limiting beliefs. And then it shows you what's actually possible. It's like if you would stop doing this, you would experience this. So my cards love to show you both the light and the dark of the situation. So they know what's up. We got to do the Kipper deck. All right, let's see. Here we go. We have courtship. Remember, this doesn't always mean a relationship when we're doing it in a general collective way like this, okay? Remember, 4 is doing what is necessary. Courtship is if you have a goal, then you do whatever it takes to support that goal, to make sure it happens, right? You're excited, you're working towards it. You just know it's meant to be, okay? Think just like a relationship, when you're dating somebody and you just feel that instant connection and you know it's meant to be, and you take the action to support it, to make sure that that person knows that you're interested and you want to be together and you want to get to know one another, right? But whenever we're looking at this as a collective wave, like if you have a goal, if you have a desire, if you want the next 9 years to be really powerful for you, then you have to do whatever it takes to support that goal. Okay. because 4 is all about thinking logically, doing what is necessary, and bringing things into this human existence. This is about the material world, okay? So there you go. It is not, I said this the other day, it is not the best time to make a commitment in a relationship, get married, things like that, because we're in Mercury retrograde. Wait till after the 29th. It's going to be what's best for you. All right, let's see what else we need to know. We have saving grace. It says, forgiving yourself and others heals the wound and sets you free. Okay. The next one, release burdens, embrace clarity, and let go of what no longer serves you, allowing new insights to guide your path. Again, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. If things are not working out, if things didn't pan out the way you had hoped and you wanted, it's time to give yourself grace because you were only doing the best that you could with what you knew at the time. And now it's time to shift. Now it's time to plant more aligned seeds that will bring you the harvest. Okay. But you have to let go of the things that didn't work out. You got to weed that garden. Very nice. Let's get our money message for the week. All right, let's see. What is our money message for this week? Oh, they'll shift or shuffle. Okay. I don't feel like this is the major or the card that needs to pop out. I feel like this is for a couple of you. Okay. It says unexpected. So it says prepare for unexpected financial loss. Number 2, the financial crisis may be out of your control, but you can still control the outcome. Number 3, deal with things head on and try to prepare for the unexpected before it happens. I feel like a lot of you, or maybe even just a few of you here, are always expecting the worst. And I feel like this is why it flipped out in my hand. And I immediately had the thought of, this is not the full message. This is what is lying underneath. This is the fear, because you see so much going on in society that, inflation and this and that's happening, whatever. But again, you have to be able to step back and see it differently, see it from the higher perspective, realize that you can succeed even when things are perceived to be bad. Does that make sense? I know it's easier said than done. However, it is absolutely possible to be done. Okay? You have to know it's not just, you can't just, so many people in the pop spiritual communities, they say certain things. They're like, you can manifest whatever it is that you want. You could be abundant, you could do this and this and that, but they don't really believe it. Then they'll turn around and start, complaining about money and whatever. It's like, well, what is the reality here? What do you really believe? Are you just spewing and regurgitating stuff that you've seen on social media, or are you actually walking the walk? Okay. Because if you walk that walk, you will experience majorly different outcomes than the people that you're surrounded by, or, society. It's true. That's how you see people making so much money, when a lot of people are going like, how am I doing this? I've got $2 on my account, this and that, right? It's because those people don't accept the poverty mindset. They don't accept that story that we're being sold. Okay. Trying to purchase a life's hidden map, but it's giving me an error. Well, thanks, Mercury retrograde. DM me and I will check on that for you. Okay. Yep, you really helped me with my career change and my attitude towards job hunting. Oh, I'm so glad. And look, you got that job. I'm so excited for you. Okay, let's see what our real money message is. Been trying really hard to do that. Good. And it's just you have to maintain that awareness of anything is possible in life and you don't have to follow the current of lack because again, that is just a story we are being told and fed and it keeps you down. Okay? Don't let that happen. Don't let anybody keep you down. The universe is so much stronger than any human. Okay? What is our money message for this week? And that's why when people come to me, I can't afford this and that. Don't ever tell me you can't afford anything. Because number one, don't ever say that phrase because you're solidifying lack. You can say, it's not currently in my budget, but guess what? I'm going to align to it. Number two, you got to look at your priorities, right? What are you spending your money on? And what should you be spending your money on? What are you blowing your money on versus investing your money in? Okay. All right. We got networker. Okay. This says it may be time to create or reach out to your network of people who will help you. Hello, power challenge. Okay. Number two, consider a career in marketing, promoting, sales, or any professional networking job. And then number three, make the most out of the resources you have to improve your finances. That's exactly what I was just saying. What are your priorities? What are you blowing money on? Is it Starbucks? Is it subscriptions to things that you don't even use, like, uh, you know, TV programs or whatever? What are you investing your money in? Okay. You have to really get real with yourself because if you're just blowing it on stupid stuff that is pacifying the ego, then you're going to stay in that lack mindset because all of that stuff is meant to drain you. It's called programming for a reason. Okay. But if you're investing in things that are going to grow your mind and feed your soul and get you situated into a powerful position, that's what you invest in and you make it happen. Okay. I'm not going to go easy on you because I didn't have it easy either. I had to get real with myself. I had to face where I was blowing money, where I was limiting myself, where I was doing all of these things. And once I stopped, it shifted. Okay. So there you go. Reach out to your network. Let's get our crystal. Oh, is Jamie on here now? There she is. I read your whole thing to them, Jamie. It was great. Thank you so much. Yes, whatever I spend comes back to me times 10. Yep. So there you go. You say it so many times a day. Good. Hey, whatever works, do it. Hence my purging the old for all the awesome new. Good. Awesome, awesome. Okay. What is our crystal for the week? Oh, we have amethyst. There you go. Cleansing, healing, and inspiration. Isn't that so pretty? All right, this says amethyst gently wraps you in its cleansing energy, soothing your mind and guiding you towards inner peace, which is what we've been talking about with these swords showing up and things going retrograde or planets going retrograde, focusing on the internal self, right? Bringing that internal peace so you can experience external peace. Trust in its wisdom to deepen your intuition and protect your spirit on your journey of growth and healing. There you go. Okay. There you go. You can use this card, or you can, if you have an amethyst crystal, carry it with you. But if you don't and you have this deck, you can use the card as that energy boost. You can put it on your desk, you put it on your nightstand, put it wherever you're going to see it. and it'll help you. Okay. I feel like I want to do one more and then the Rebel deck. Let's do this one. All right. This is a message from your higher self. And remember to register for the live event this Wednesday, where we're going to talk about the importance of understanding the 2025 energy and then the 2026 energy. YouTube, I'll see if I can put a link in the description to the TikTok live. I think I can do that, but I'll have to do it after this session. So you'll have to come back to it. But yeah, make sure you get your breakthrough session and then make sure you get into the power challenge. We have so much. I'm giving you so many things, so many tools to help you set yourself up for the best success over the next 9 years. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we need to know. What is our message from our higher self? Ooh, a wonderful surprise is coming. Something entirely new awaits you. I mean, how much more perfect can these cards be? You know, a wonderful surprise is coming. I like surprises. I like good surprises, right? Something entirely new awaits you. A new life, a new opportunity, a new career, a new relationship, a new year is coming. Set yourself up for success, please. Okay? Even if it's not with me, whatever. Do what is necessary to set yourself up because you're the only person that can do that. Nobody else can do everything for you. Everybody else is working on all their own stuff. Okay? Nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. I mean, I'm excited about that. I've been reevaluating my business and how to move forward. Good for you, Jamie. Hang on, I got to verify myself. There we go. But does that make sense, you guys? You need to understand that this is your job. Let's pull. Sorry, I just keep feeling drawn to certain decks. Let's pull one from here. Let's see what else we need to know. I've gotten so many cards out here. What else do we need to know this week? Look at that. A better perspective. Number 12. That's connected to the Hanged Man in the tarot and the major arcana, right? You have to take a different look. You have to look at things from a different perspective of what you've been seeing them as. You know, it's kind of like getting up on top of a mountain so you can see everything below, right? Because you need to see, number one, that if you back up and you kind of visualize the planet Earth, you know, in front of you, small, and you realize that, wow, you know, we are all just existing on this rock, floating through space, having an experience. Okay, right? You see it as a journey, you see it as an experience, and you get a different perspective as far as, you know, the things that we feel are so big in our life, and actually they're not that big. And it's not meant to diminish your trauma. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the day-to-day stuff, okay? And then also, you can get a better perspective of really seeing how much your life can improve once you have set yourself up for that success. Okay. Because you see it differently now. You see it through the spiritual lens. You make sacrifices that need to be made because that is connected to the Hanged Man. He sacrifices the things that really were weighing him down, like all of the egoic things, so he can get that better perspective. And it takes him a minute to realize it. And then finally, once he has that aha moment, he can see it, then he moves forward. Okay. So I like that. And it's like he moves forward and he winds up having this massive, like, you know, the ego death, and everything starts to transform. Doors close, doors open, and it's just a magical experience. So yeah, let's get one from the Rebel deck now. My desk is getting pretty full. I took these last night with me and they loved them. They were cracking up. It's so funny because there was one guy I was talking to, and I was telling him, I said, I feel like these cards are more so talking about your career. I feel like this is about your job. And he's like, really? Because I'm not really sure, um, how this is playing out. I said, well, I don't think this is something that has happened yet. I feel like it's coming, and you're getting this glimpse into the future as far as what's coming. That way you can handle it better. And he was like, okay, okay. And I feel like, the guys, they always kind of take me very lightly, and that's fine. Some of them really get into it, but I pulled one of these and it said something about his job. And I said, see, I told you. It said something's going down with your job or something like that. And I was like, the cards are just confirming it. So, okay, what is our rebel message for this week? What is our rebel message for this week? Oh, it says, you think someone is lying. They are. Who is that someone? Is it you? Is it somebody that you're close to? If you think somebody is not telling you the truth, there was one card where it said, you can see, oh, the owl. The owl said, you can see through deception. Remember how I said you're being fed all of these lies to keep you in lack. And that's true. They are lying to you. But also think about it on a personal level. Who's not being honest? And then why aren't you being honest with yourself about who's not being honest? Okay. I know that it would cause a lot of changes and shifts in your social circles or in family situations or in your career. But wouldn't it be better to not be around people who are so toxic? I mean, hello. If you're wanting to experience great things, you're not going to get that by being around toxic, low vibe, lack-minded people. It's just not how it works. Okay? Who you surround yourself with is who you're going to wind up becoming. It's who you're going to wind up acting like. So you better figure that out. All right, my loves. Make sure you get your breakthrough session. There's only 5 or 6 left. Make sure you get into the power challenge. It begins January 14th, but do not wait that long because it can fill up. And right now you can save $500. $500 you're going to save. Okay. So claim that spot right now. We begin January 14th. We're going to spend, it's normally 6 weeks, but I added a bonus week. We're going to spend 7 weeks together. You are going to completely transform. You're going to set yourself up for success over the next 9 years. And I can't wait to watch you go through that transformation. It's so much fun. So, all right. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Make sure that you are RSVP'd for the live on TikTok on Wednesday evening. We're going to talk about 2025 moving into 2026 and the massive significance of this. And that way you get a better understanding of that. Okay. So have a wonderful week, and I will see you then.